Hatup. In theory, this puzzle platformer should be my cup of tea, and it's not without its merits. The stage designs eventually end up being harrowingly well thought out. The double jump and dash are introduced as they become appropriate, and the way you lose your dash whenever wearing a hat is an admittedly clever mechanic. There's even a hard mode where, instead of 4 checkpointed tries before a full stage reset, all progress is lost in a level each and every time you die. Even if it's not the kind of challenge I'd think of as adding value, it's going to be a little bonus which some players would appreciate. Unfortunately, this has a number of control drawbacks that quickly become unforgivable. Everything is slippery here. Your character has a mini jump which activates at random instead of being pressure sensitive, usually resulting in a death when it does activate. There's some delay in jump resets once touching the ground. Your character falls at varying rates of speed, or maybe gains momentum while falling, was never quite sure. Just know that falling was always touch and go. The game wears out the thumb on the right hand. There are only 30 stages to play through, half of those serving as tutorial slop. There's no story, no bosses, no change in scenery, and some of the margins for error here are sadistic. All of those things thrown into a blender equate to a game that I never want to play again. Even having 4 tries before stages reset, that last 10 or so levels always felt like I was scraping by on frustrated luck. The trophy chase is also as bland as it comes. Beat the 30 stages and you'll get the shiny. No collectibles for replay value, no timer or death counter for a high score like challenge. It felt like the game was building toward some sprawling number of intense stages beyond the plat, but there's nothing else to be found. I'd argue the guide gets it way wrong here, by the way. One guide says it's a 2, the other a 3, both saying 30 minutes, and one even claiming you could handle this in about 20 minutes if you're skilled. I'm skilled at this sort of game, but would still call this a 5 for difficulty, and count on it taking around an hour to get. The fact is, no amount of skill is going to overcome the iffy controls in all places. What you do a lot of, therefore, is offing your character enough times to get a stage refresh when things go south. Personally, I'd have had the trophy chase end at level 25 or so if it was going to be a mildly challenging chase I could recommend to you. As is, though, I'd only tell people who love pain to go for the plat and Hatup, because it was not an enjoyable chase. Promising though its level designs are on paper, they're more like an exhausting chore.